So once you put in heart and soul, once you master it, once you get success coming your way, you will fall in love with that job again. So. How are you? How's everything?
Looking fine, Dave. How about you and life?
Life is super cool, buddy. What can I do? Thank you so much. Thank you.
As I told you at the very first, I thought that I was a bit confused about people in choosing a career between analytics and sales. Then later on, intensive one is in sales and then there is in analytics. When I personally feel that I am better in this one, like into the sales, it motivates me to jump into that. Then later on, when I into the field, like in my contract, so at some point of time, I was totally I thought I took the wrong decisions. Why I can dig into this field because that is not top of my team. Then somewhere I got your group and then I added you added me. And that motivates me a lot really. When I hear this motivation video, I will used to share that all with my friends and all. So it's great to be a part of this group and.
Pleasure, buddy. Good. Sales is an amazing thing. It's just that people need to realize it. It's the amazing job which gets you the pay that you want, gets you to travel, gets you better money. Everything is good, man. You get a lot of respect. So I did not realize the initial part of my career, but after I did, I just went in heart and soul. Once you put in heart and soul, once you master it, once you get success coming your way, you will fall in love with that job again. So, and again, sales is part of our life, right? It's not just a job. You have to sell to everybody. You have to convince everybody, even if you're, girlfriend, wife, family, whatever. When you persuade someone, you close them, right? To do something that you want to do. That is a sale. So sales is part of life. It's not just a job or career. So I'm glad that I'm able to make whatever little difference I can to your life, buddy.
Yeah, thank you so much, Dave.
Great.
Let me give a brief about whatever problems, challenges I'm facing now, and where I started. So first of all, when I joined sales, I was into that market research firm. It's called Industry. You might be hear about that.
Yeah.
It is just So here my role and responsibility is to generate a lead and just initiate a conversation. At the very first, after getting the lead, make a follow-up that whether they are interested really or not. If they are, I need to tie up with the person who was there in the field in the US and make sure that they are coordinating with each other and get the deal closed. That's it.
Okay. So your main job is to find the business and then help others to close it.
Yes. Help in the sense, from here, I will be getting to the lead. At the first cold call, I'll call the company. I'll touch with this my manager level and senior people. Then I just generate an interest to them, and try to find out if there are any opportunities with them, and try to schedule a meeting. After scheduling a meeting, in the meeting, even I will initiate the call. Then in the same call, my vice president, who is in the US, he will also there. There is an interaction session in that. Then if you found anything anything opportunities there, then they will go and visit and then close it. That is the work that we do here.
Okay. And what exactly does your company sell?
I take we are into IT solutions.
IT solutions. Is it services? Okay. What kind of services?
We are not actually we are not into product based solution in the sense then our IT infrastructure.
I think some of your keypads are getting pressed. I'm getting that beep tone.
Is it so?
Yeah. Now it's better. Yeah. Sorry.
Okay. Fine. Yeah. So that's what we're into supply chain, we're into cloud testing, then all IT infrastructures and all those.
Gotcha. Okay. And you call all the IT people, right?
Yes, mostly. And currently I'm handling 4 to 5 accounts.
Okay.
Most of the chemical companies Dow Chemical, then Monsanto and all.
Got it. Okay.
Yeah. So the challenges what I'm facing is that even whomever I at the very first I call, they will say that is this a sales call? And then I said, no, this is not a sales call. This is just interaction session where we are trying to build a relationship with you and helping, as we are working with your business competitors and all. But last, they're not convincing, no, sorry, I want to schedule a meeting with you just 20-15 minutes to showcase our experience and expertise, what we achieved and what we did with your competitors.
Okay. So tell me one thing. So you get that objection moment you say hello and I'm so and so from Tech Mahindra, or do you explain your pitch and then they say is it a sales call? When do you get this objection?
Oh, no, at the very first, there were situations, like the first situation I told you, at the very first, as I called them, hello, hi, this is Lucky from Tech Mahindra. How are you doing today? As the word finished, they said, is this a sales call? So I said no. Then what is the call all about? I said then I started with the same test that I told you right now.
Okay.
So if they say it's a sales call, and some people define the call in between. After that, is it a sales call? And some people, if I'm explaining them what is the call about, what is Tech Mahindra and all, and they said their guidance is no, I'm not interested. So how to tackle all the situations?
Okay. So first of all, sorry, go ahead.
There were few cases which I'll discuss one by one.
Okay. All right. So to answer this question, first I think you probably have to really, really work hard on your opening line and pitch. It has to be really power packed. Even if you're doing a good job, assuming you're doing a good job on that, and if you're still getting that objection that is it a sales call, there are multiple ways to address that. Number one is, yes, it is a sales call only if you want to buy. That's number one. Or otherwise not. Okay? That could be the first statement. Okay? So they're just building a guard because they probably get a lot of now. Let's understand the psyche of that person who's telling you this, right? So he's saying this because he's probably getting lots of sales calls.
Yes, every day.
Yes. And those are the people who are wasting his time. Okay? They're not adding value to him. Okay, that's why he doesn't want to get on a sales call. Okay, so number one, we need to focus on how can we add value to them. Okay, so number one is probably you need to do some research, some background of the person, build some, get their attention. There are multiple ways of catching their attention. Okay, number one, I'll give an example. There was one director, I called him, and I just started the call. I saw that he got promoted in the company. I just started call, hey, XYZ, hey, I saw that you got promoted, or you just joined a new company, hey, congratulations. So that takes him, that actually differentiates you from the people who just call him, hey, how are you, and they start with their pitch. That's number one. Find something relevant to them, which is not directly relevant to sales and all. Hey, and then one person, okay, hey, John, hey, I just saw your LinkedIn profile. First of all, I love your profile picture. I love your mustache. And I start with that, even if there is nothing to do.
I hear that. One of your recordings, you have mentioned that.
Yes, and it works wonderfully. It really removes their guard, and then they think, oh, okay. Then now they're talking to people. Right? Earlier they were talking to sales machines or sales monotonous people. Now, moment you become real, become human, they will remove the guard. They'll give attention. That's the most important part. And if you start with that, I promise you will not get their objection saying, hey, is it a sales call? Okay? Because if you start saying, hey, congratulations on your new job. Hey, I saw your profile and love your mustache. I love your profile. A great smile. You saw somebody's picture. I love, hey, Catherine, this is Dave from Tech Mahindra. Hey, I was looking, before you even say how are you and all, hey, I was looking at your profile, and what a beautiful smile you have. And you have to practice that. It has to come out genuinely, okay? You need to practice it because it should not look fake or artificial, because they'll not trust you otherwise. Number one, okay? Number two, do some research on company or whatever, or they've written some blog, an article. Start your statement with that. Hey, I saw your interview. I read your blog. I love this part. Now you're again being human. You're being, you're not a machine. You're not a salesperson. Now you become human being. and they will not have that guard again. Okay? And despite of all this, let's say you're not able to find anything relevant, and you only have to stick to your own script. I suggest you write down some of the rebuttals, what you can say. If he says that, is it a sales call? You just smile. John, you know what? I just thought that you're going to ask me this question.
Okay.
Before even I called you, I thought you might ask this question because you get these kind of time-wasting calls day in, day out. Okay? But trust me, I'm not one of them. Make sense?
Yeah.
Yeah? So what you're doing is, you're using his objection against him, saying, hey, you know what? Before I even called you, I thought that you may think this way. But trust me, I'm not one of those time wasters. Here's what I'm calling you about. Okay, then continue to pitch. Okay, and now, the pitch has to be strong. You already see some of the objections are not even objection. As Grant Cardone says, some of them objections are even just a complaint. Okay, when he says, is it a sales call? It's not really an objection. It's probably a complaint. What does it mean? That, hey, I get a lot of sales call and they are crappy. They just waste my time. Are you one of them? Is it a complaint? Okay. You just ignore that in a nice way by saying that, you know what, John? It's funny that you said this because I thought the same thing when I called you. But let me tell you this. Here's what we do. Here's who we are. And then your value statement has to be very, very strong. And that value statement has to use, you need to use some references. I was talking to XYZ company the other day, and they had the problem. I was talking to the thing, use this profile. I was talking to the same security head or IT head like yourself. They had a lot of problem in terms of values, whatever pain points. Okay, the typical pain points that they face. They're having problems so and so, and we are a company that we provide a solution to those problems. Okay, so to answer your question, no, this is not a sales call, but this is the call which can help you solve those problems. What I'm asking for is, let's get on a quick call. I'll bring my experts and we'll discuss how we can add value to you, how we can help you solve problems. And if you don't see a fit and if you feel that we are not a fit, we are done then and there. But trust me, I can assure you, this is really going to add immense value to you and help you solve problems because we've done that for your competitors. We can do it for you. How does that sound?
And then again, I will disclose with the team, like how about connecting this weekend, this coming Monday or coming Tuesday?
Yeah, alright, let's connect on Monday. How are you placed for Monday? Yeah, just ask for the appointment. How are you placed for Monday?
Okay.
Yeah, so just to repeat, don't consider objection as an objection. Number one, use the objection against that person. Instead of pushing him, pull. Saying, you know what, Sean, it's funny that I thought you'll say exactly the same thing before even I called you. Because you'll probably be getting a lot of time wasters. I'm not one of them. Okay. Now, you need to practice, okay? This will not come out on the first call, second call. You need to practice, record yourself. It has to come out naturally.
Yeah.
Okay? That's number one. And then move quickly into value statement using some of the references, or maybe if you can use somebody's reference within the same company that you've done business with, nothing like that. Trust me, hey, we are one of your vendors. We have helped XYZ, your people, in solving these problems. So look, reason why I'm calling is looking to schedule a meeting with our subject matter expert on discuss and share how we have been able to successfully help others to solve those problems. And I know we can do that. Then again, he'll give you some objections. Write that objection now. And work on what could be your ideal response and be ready with not just one objection handling response. 2, 5, 10 of them. Okay, you need to use that in different ways because it's not easy. See, you're asking somebody's time, and if they're not able to see value in what you're saying, they will not give you their time. Time is more precious than money. Right? So you need to understand, you need to be really good at your rebuttals, and to practice those and then come back. Okay? Does that answer your question?
That's fine.
Okay.
Yes. And the second is like at the very first, like when I was in Tech Mahindra, like I able to generate leads. Okay, it is not like I was doing zeros and all. So while in the call, they said that okay, like let's schedule for this day and let's schedule for that day. Like, and they'll give the date and time also. I did send the calendar, then like they will not accept it, or either like they will not respond to my mail also. When I do voicemail, they will not respond. So it's very difficult to change them again. So what do you suggest? Like what
here's what you can do. Okay, you need to lock down that appointment. You need to get a commitment from them on the same call itself. The way you do that is once you get the time and schedule, you tell them on the same call. Okay, so he said, okay, I'm so and so available. So you say, okay, great, I'll send you a calendar invite when we speak then. He said, okay, all right, great. John, before we leave, just one last question. Yes, tell me. Is there any reason why you would not be able to make it to our meeting? Okay. He said, no, I would make it. I don't think there should be any problem. And if there's genuinely some problem, say, you know what, maybe I have some meetings that may overlap and something that may happen that I might not be able to make it, then okay, great. What time works for you the best then, apart from that? Right? So people do not lock the appointment down. And that's why they don't accept. He says, if he says, I will be able to, I'll be able to be on that call. Great. Here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to send you an invite. It will be really great if you can accept it and we will connect because I'm going to lock into my technical or whatever subject matter experts or account managers calendar as well just to make sure that they are available for our meeting. Does that sound good? Okay, sounds good. Now, so what you're doing is you're putting them in obligation as well. You're getting a commitment. You're telling them, dude, I'm going to bring other people and I'm going to block their calendars also. Okay, that's number one. Number two, if you still want to do, hey, can you do me a favor? He said, yes. Can you make a note of this in your diary that we have a call on so-and-so day and I'm going to send that invite to you as well. Sometimes it works. Sometimes may not work. He said, I don't have diary or whatever. They said, hey. Yeah, so that's a couple of ways. And then if they're not accepted invite, you need to send them reminders and you need to make sure that the invite which you send, the agenda that you put, it has to be relevant to them and lucrative for them. Think from their point of view, not what you have to sell. Okay, from their point of view, how we can help you, how we can solve the problems. Write something like, okay, we're going to share case studies or success stories or how we have solved the problem. Something which they also may be interested in so that they don't decline or avoid accepting. And then send them a reminder if they're not accepted. Or call them.
Okay.
Yeah.
What the thing happened with me, like, when I took them into call, said, is that date is fine with you, it's okay, like, what is the BPCS and all. So they said, okay, that is definitely, like, fine with me. You can, okay, I'm sending you, do accept that. And later on, what I feel like at the call when we are like taking them, so in that way they are giving the time, or am I wrong somewhere? So I feel that like I'm not able to explain this. Later on when they realize this is not making much as the other thing, so that is why they're not accepted.
Could be.
I thought.
Could be. Sometimes they just feel they just want to get rid of you. Yeah, just send me an invite, and then they just try and dodge you. When they see your email and they don't see a lot of relevance, they probably don't accept it, and I'm just avoiding.
Yeah.
People are like that. So that could be the reason. Number two is, you probably do not lock it down. Just sure. What you just said is just statement, right? I'm going to send you an invite, please accept it. Yes, okay. Instead of that, if you ask them, hey, is there any reason you would not be able to make it to our call? Then they say, no,
okay,
I'll be there. That means there's a commitment. There's a commitment, no, I'm going to be there. Okay?
Fine.
What else?
And there one more one more question that is when I worked with market research firm, I do got a few very points we help them in increasing their market share, the revenue by this percent. We help them in this and all there were few. But I don't know what to say.
Sorry, say that again.
I said when I with market research firm, okay, I have got some bullet points, which I could explain to the client, the process we help companies in finding a new market like that. and we help companies in in launching a new product, finding increasing market share by this percent and all. So, but I don't know, in the case of IT, in infrastructure or in cloud or in this, what could be the, if you could help me out for 3 to 4 bullet points, what we need to say so that will be great.
Well, I think for that, you need to sit with your team, people who are going to be on the call, just ask them, hey, what is it that we do that brings value to them? Or what is it that we do which helps them solve the problem? Make note of all the points and then use those points, articulate that. That your team knows, the people who are closing the deals will be able to tell you better. Because you're in a lot of, huge array of services, right? Number one, what you need to do is you need to first understand the person's profile, who you're calling, what is he responsible for, and you need to understand your products and services as well to understand, okay, if he's in security, then of course your security related services will be more relevant. If he's into implementation, then your implementation services, consulting services will be more relevant. So first understand their need. What is it that is important for them? What is their KRAs? What is it that is going to happen which will cause problem to them? Like for example, if the server is going down, then the DBAs, database administrators, they're going to be in hell, right? So that is important for them, right? So making sure the database stay up and running, the applications stay up and running, that's important to them. If there's a guy who's into middle there, for them they make sure is, the web application server is up and running. So you need to, understand their profiles, what is their KRA, what is their role. Because if you talk about research, you know that people you're calling is, they are responsible for generating new business. They are responsible for identifying. They'll not kill you. They'll not kill you.
Yeah. Okay, that's it.
Okay. Great. Well, thank you so much.